The final whistle has gone at Craven Cottage. It has finished Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Back on top of the Premier League table. I've been waiting for so long to say this, man. I miss this feeling, man. The past few seasons, when we was going toe-to-toe with Liverpool, we've always been the leaders of Liverpool, the one hunting us down. But this season, we've been the hunters. We've been trying to hunt Arsenal down all season. We've had our ups and downs. We've had our bad moments, our good moments. But now it's finally paid off. It's been a long, draining April. One of the longest months ever. The whole season, we had so many fixtures. We had Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League title deciders against Arsenal, Champions League against Bayern, Sheffield United, FA Cup semi-final. It's been a busy month. And yeah, man, I can't lie. It feels great to be back on top. Arsenal, fair play to them. All season, they've been top of the Premier League. They've been consistent. They've been getting results week in, week out. But yeah, you know, we're back on top. We're back on top.
Julián enganchó, pisó, lo ve la Jana, Julián a colocar, golazo, ¡Gol!
Hello guys and welcome to another video on Citizens TV. This is the Manchester City versus Fulham post-match review. We're going to break down how the game went. We're going to give you player ratings as well and discuss how individual players performed and how the game went throughout the whole 90 minutes. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So Fulham, 2 p.m. kickoff on Sunday. Fulham away, Craven Cottage. Never an easy ground to go. Tight stadium, the fans are right on top of you. Pause. But yeah, get there. The game starts. And early doors, like we can see that, I think, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in February when we played Arsenal and beat them at the Emirates, and 3 days later we go to Nottingham Forest away and we drop points, which was so confusing because that game we should have won 6 or 7-0, to be honest. But we still dropped points. We drew 1-1, which was very, very unfortunate. And on Wednesday, we beat Arsenal again. And yeah, I looked at Fulham and I was like, could it be another banana skin for us? We could slip up like we did against Nottingham Forest. Could we see the same scenario? Could we see complacency from players, not putting away chances, not defending properly? And yeah, but it was the complete opposite in my opinion. I thought Pep took the game very seriously. I thought the players took the game very seriously. We performed up to the standards. We were very solid. We were very, from the get-go, I felt like the team was on it. And yeah, it was a terrific performance in my opinion. We created loads of chances, and we should have really won by like 4 or 5 if I'm being honest. Alvarez had a couple chances. Grealish had a couple good chances. Haaland had 1 or 2. Obviously, he scored his penalty. By the way, can we speak on this guy, this machine, this alien? Honestly, where did this guy come from, man? Like, this guy is just unreal, man. It's like watching this guy week in, week out play for your club. Can't lie, man, it feels great. This guy just bagged 50 goals for the season on his debut season. Yeah, man, this guy is something else. Obviously, stepped up to the penalty. Early doors, we create a chance. Kyle Walker switches it out wide to Grealish. Grealish with a phenomenal ball to Mahrez. Mahrez cuts it back for Alvarez. Lovely touch, and he goes down. We get a penalty. 3rd minute, I'm thinking, like, I was literally getting my stuff, sitting down, you know, preparing for the game, and I just see Alvarez on the floor. I'm like, raw already. But yeah, Haaland steps up to the penalty. Obviously, we saw that Mahrez and Haaland rotate penalties every now and then. And yeah, Haaland stepped up, took his penalty, slotted it home. One of the best penalties I've ever seen. I can't lie. The technique on that penalty. I realized with this guy, like, his penalties are always low. And the one that he missed, he went high. So it felt like, yeah, this guy is always aiming to go low. And he's been succeeding, to be honest. Yeah. And then against the run of play, like Fulham come forward, fair play to them. Great great attack. They come, they work it from side to side. They lob the ball over. I think Wilson heads it back with Vinicius and a great finish, to be honest. Good goal, can't complain. I thought the defense could have done better, to be honest, because Diaz switches off, in my opinion. Akanji and Walker could have done better as well. But it is what it is, after that phenomenal performance against Arsenal, there's bound to be a drop-off in performance, and that's what happened. And yeah, players just switched off. And then we were right back on them. We're creating chances. Grealish could have scored. Like I said, Mahrez had a couple chances. And yeah, Alvarez, my boy. This guy, man, my World Cup winner. Like, when you have a World Cup winner in your squad, it's like, he's going to turn up. And we saw that De Bruyne wasn't in the team. It was kind of disappointing, but Alvarez stepped up and took that De Bruyne role. Was playing in that De Bruyne role where he was just free roaming around. And yeah, with a phenomenal finish from outside the box. I don't think there's any keeper on the planet that can save that shot. That was the definition of top bins. This guy, man, he whacked it home. What a finish. And yeah, straight away we're back 2-1. We're going to half time leading. Second half we come out, we were right on them again, dominating. Like, we had a 3 or 4 clear-cut chances where we could have scored, but we decided to not take our chances. I thought in my head, is this gonna be another Nottingham Forest where we create so many chances, we don't take our chances, and they just go get one attack, one shot on target, and they score? Like, this Premier League is weird. Anything could happen. So yeah, Nottingham Forest get on the ball. Not Nottingham Forest. Fulham get on the ball, try to create chances, and try to work their attack from side to side. And yeah, man, they caused us a lot of problems, but I thought we dealt with it very well. I think even Pep alluded to this after the game. Defensively, we've come more solid. Yes, they seemed like they were on top for periods in the game, but if you look at it, they never really create any clear-cut chances or any shots on target, which was very good to see and very nice to see that the team is learning to adapt in these tough moments. Especially when you go to tough away grounds in the title race, you need to be solid defensively. I don't care how many goals you score, defense wins you titles. So yeah, we didn't really concede no shots on target in the second half. So yeah, it was great to see. Edison had a wobble, I had like my hand on my heart, like, what was this guy doing? But he made up for it. But yeah, yeah, man, it was a decent performance. Game finishes, we get the 3 points, and that was also important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's move on to player ratings. In terms of performances, individual performances, start off by Edison. I thought he had a quiet game, to be honest. He didn't really have too much to do. Like I said, they didn't have too many shots on target. He did have that one moment which really, you know what I'm saying, had all of us on the edge of our seats. And yeah, I think Edison had a quiet game. Standard, kept the ball ticking, good on the ball, commanding his box. I think I'll give Edison a solid 6.6. I didn't have too much to do. Defense, Kyle Walker, I thought he had a great game. However, people on Twitter seem to disagree that and thought that he had a shaky game, which I thought he had a really good game. He was involved in the first goal. He switched out wide to Grealish. He kept on switching out wide to Grealish. He was solid defensively. That moment where everyone thought it was a penalty for Fulham, I thought that was great defending, because there's no way you could have looked at that and thought that was a penalty, because they're both, you know what I'm saying, fighting for the ball. And yeah, Kyle Walker just uses his strength, and Kyle Walker is obviously stronger than him and more physical, so he's going to win it. He went to ground soft, so yeah. So Kyle Walker, I'll give Kyle Walker a 7.1. I thought he had a decent game. Diaz, I thought he was at fault for the first goal, to be honest. I didn't think he did too well, but I think he was phenomenal against Arsenal, and there's bound to be a drop-off, like I said, in the performance, especially 3 days after away ground, 2 p.m. kickoff. Yeah, he was a little bit complacent on the ball. Defensively, he wasn't that sound, but yeah, I think Diaz, I'll give him a solid 6. Didn't have too much to do. Akanji, I thought back-to-back phenomenal performances. I can't lie, this guy for 15 million, like, this might be the defensive signing of the season, the way this guy's performing, and he's been performing. And yeah, I thought he was good on the ball. Defensively, he was good. Yeah, I give Akanji a solid 7.8, to be honest. I thought it was good. Rodri, moving on to the midfield. I think Rodri wasn't too great and wasn't too bad. It was kind of in the middle for me. Didn't really have too much to do, to be honest. We had most of the ball anyways. And yeah, Rodri didn't have too much to do. But my only concern in this team is that Rodri has played so many games now, and Calvin Phillips, it seems that Pep is not trusting Calvin Phillips at all, because when you look at the Premier League fixtures that we have and you look at Fulham, you'd think to yourself, okay, this is a fixture where Calvin Phillips can come in and do a job for us. But Pep seems to not trust him, and I don't know why. I think he's a decent player. Obviously, he had that long injury where he was out for, but I think soon we're going to have to start rotating Rodri, because we need him in the big games, and this guy obviously looked leggy yesterday and looked a bit tired. So yeah, Rodri, I think, had an alright game. I'll give him a 6.4. Moving on to the other midfielders. Gundo, I think Gundo had a decent game, to be honest. He was kind of playing beside Rodri, getting forward as well. I thought Gundo had a decent game, was trying to create stuff, trying to create things for us. And yeah, I think Gundo had a solid game, so I'll give him a 7.4. Moving into Alvarez, my man of the match, Alvarez. Can't lie, man. This guy, I'm running out of words to say about this guy, man, at the moment. Like, imagine being the second striker to Erling Haaland and coming into the team and having the right attitude and right mentality every single time. Every single time this guy comes into the team, he either scores or assists, always performs for the team. He puts the team first. He's not worried about game time. He just performs for the badge. And I love players like that they know they're not going to get a large amount of minutes, but they still take their chances whenever they're given minutes. And that's very, very good to see, that we have players with such attitude and ability and talent. Combining that with the attitude, they're phenomenal players, to be honest. So yeah, Alvarez, he created the penalty. He scored that phenomenal strike. Is that one of the best goals in the season? Let me know down in the comment section below. Yeah, Alvarez, I think one of his best games in the Manchester City shirt. So I'll give Julian, I'll give him a 9.3, to be honest. And this might be the highest rating of the game. Moving on to the wings, Grealish, he had a little personal battle going with their right back, Tete, I believe that's his name, Tete. Yeah, they were both going at it. Both had a moment where they both got yellow carded. I thought Grealish had him on ropes. This guy was shaking every time Grealish came at him. Had a couple chances. Obviously played that ball over for Mahrez then Mahrez pull it back for Alvarez. So yeah, Grealish had a standard game. Kept the ball in possession good. I think I'll give Grealish a solid 7. Mahrez, not one of his best performances, to be honest. I thought he was very slow on the ball. I thought he looked a bit leggy, which was weird because he didn't really play on Wednesday. He didn't really create much, It was I think it was just then and there, just hanging in the game. And yeah, I don't really like seeing my wingers just floating in the game. I like them to get on the ball, impact the game, and affect how the game is going. So yeah, he didn't really do any of that. For me, he gets a 6, a solid 6. Yeah. Big man up top, the main man, Erling Haaland, the machine, man. This guy, man, like, what can I even say about this guy at this point? This alien, this weird guy, man. Like, how do you score 50 goals? We're talking about Messi numbers. This is Ronaldo numbers. This guy has now equaled the record for the he broke the record on Wednesday for the 38 match season. He scored his goals, and then now on Sunday he broke the record for he equaled the record, and he's probably gonna break it because he's got like 6 games left. The record for the 42 game season. What a player! What a player! First of all, this guy, it's not just about his ability. It's about his mentality as well. Like, how do you stay this hungry to score more goals when you've now scored 50 goals or 40 or 30? It's just elite mentality at this point. And this guy, all types of goals, penalties, tapping merchant apparently. Erling Haaland, the first player in history to get hate for scoring goals. He only scores tap-ins. Okay. Yeah, man. If he scores 50 or 70 tap-ins a season, I'll take this guy. I will take this guy. I have a guy that scores 70, 50, 60, 70 goals a season, and you're worried about how he's scoring the goals. Yeah, man, it's just jealousy. It's just hate from rival fans. But we'll take it. We'd expect it, because their players ain't hitting them numbers, they ain't hitting them numbers. So, yeah, man. Haaland, I'll give this guy... I'll give this guy just slightly under Julian. I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9. Pep, I'll give Pep an 8. I thought he managed the game well. I thought the decisions to play certain players was good. He brought on the subs at the right time, Bernardo and Phil. I thought really both of them really came on and didn't do too much. They just kept it ticking, and exactly what we needed in that situation. And yeah, so I'll give Pep an 8. I'll give Phil a 6.2 and Bernardo a 6.2 as well. They didn't really do too much. So yeah, this was the player ratings for the Fulham Manchester City match. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think. How do you think the game went? How do you think individual players performed? How now do you think this game is, in my opinion, that was a crucial win in the title race and the pursuit of our treble. I don't really want to talk about it too much because, I'm saying, I'm not trying to jinx it. But yeah, man, it's looking good for us. I can't lie. We just keep ticking on. We keep moving, one game at a time, like they say, like Pep said. And yeah, man, we'll take it game by game and see where it takes us. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share it, please. And yeah, man, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.